Morning guys, hope you're going well. It's Bitcoin time again. Let's have a look at the charts. I've got the weekly up here at the moment. We've got a pretty good case for both bears and bulls. I was all bearish of recent, but that is starting to wane. I'll go through a couple of scenarios that may or not play out, but at the moment we're just getting tighter into a pattern. So until we get a breakout, our mid to long term view of Bitcoin is a little bit uncertain, but hopefully we can get a few opportunities in between the price action. So what we've still got 9,500 holding firm, but we still haven't broken up. So I just want to cover maybe the bullish scenario to start with. We'll use the wicks in this occasion. Some of you may know I usually use the candle body, the closing price for my trend lines, but in this particular case we'll use the wicks because it's quite valid. Right, so what we're squeezing inside this pattern. We've got 9,500 holding, and we've got the 20 EMA, which has been well respected all the way back from 2017. So we crossed over a few times here with high volatility, but once price settled, it tracked quite well. So originally my bias was 9,500 breaking after we found a top here, and would look for 8,400 where we've still got a CME gap that's left open. They quite often get filled, but just for now the 20 EMA has come right up to 9,500 support. If we can break this trend line to the upside, we'll end up confirming continuation pattern, and away we go for the next leg up. If we do get the next leg up, where are our targets? First target would be the highs. Well, 9,500, 11,500 of course is the first target. Break that and we're back up to the mid 13s I would feel to meet these previous highs. So resistance level there. And we break 13,000 or 14,000. We're probably looking at all-time highs again. There's not really too much there. Maybe something around the 16s. We'll look on the lower time frames in a bit. But yeah, if we can break up from here, we're well and truly off and running. Also just point out RSI, when it's been below 20 and reverse, we've had quite a reasonable bullish runs on all occasions. So back here in January 2018, this is where we wicked and just touched 6k and popped up immediately. Just here where we bottomed, we had a nice bullish run there. Right here in June 2018, we found 6,000, had a bullish run, not a huge run there, price was starting to get squeezed, and most recently was at our bottom here. We tracked sideways for a fair while, so it wasn't really a run off of this RSI low, but we're back down here again, finding support. Are we going to pop up? Could very well do. We're due for a big move. I'll just point out a similar pattern here. Look how we got squeezed here. Support level about 6,000. So in this occasion, because we're a strong bearish pattern, we broke to the downside, and then we got right to the peak of the pattern before an explosive break. So this is what I think is going to happen again. It's going to be strong. Which direction, we don't know. So we've got a similar pattern here. It's a continuation pattern, so bearish weekly trend, we've popped to the downside. Bullish weekly trend, are we going to pop to the upside? Quite possibly. Everyone's talking about the backed futures, a positive impact it may have. I feel that it's been priced in. That's a huge run. It's about 300% from the bottom. Yeah, over 300% from the absolute bottom. So I feel still my bias is that they're dispersing their funds. They've found a support at 9,500. They've got orders there holding it up while they let the dumb money, the retail investors and traders come in, buy up, and then they just sell off. And that's what I believe these wicks are, these high wicks. These are just big money just selling off in chunks, but they want to maintain a price level as well so they can still sell at a decent profit. Once they've dispersed their funds, they'll just let it go and it'll do its own thing. It'll either drop down or the retail investors will just continue buying up, and away they go. So we'll wait for a breakout to see what happens. If we do break to the downside, I believe we can use fibs as targets. Let's have a look at this from the all-time lows. Not all-time lows, but most recent bottom. So 0.5, 0.618, 0.78 are obvious targets for fibs. I believe if we do break down and break 8,000 level, 8,400. 6,000 is well within reach. That's still a higher low on a weekly, and from there, hopefully we can continue higher, break these highs, and continue a massive bullish run for years to come. So that's my weekly analysis. Not really too much to trade off there. I'm just cautious of these wicks. We haven't got bullish engulfing candles at all, so nothing really bullish price action wise just yet. Right, let's have a look at the daily. Just get rid of that one for now. I've got this vertical line here. This is where the back futures start. They're taking deposits now. They're getting ready. So we could get squeezed inside this pattern right up until that date, and then we get a breakout in either direction. So as you know, I like to use candle close for my trend lines. I believe it's a better indicator, cuts out a bit of noise. So we're still stuck within this range here a little bit, but if you do use the wicks, we're getting pretty tight. So we're still not anywhere near our trend lines or 9,500 support, 9,400 level. Just been cutting through the daily 50 EMA lately, so it's not really dynamic support and resistance like it has been previously. All the way back here in September 2018, it's been really well respected, broke, retest, and then trailed it all the way up. So we've just lost that for now. I'm not really using the daily 50 EMA. Nothing here to trade so much on the daily. This bearish high test candle here was interesting. Hasn't really rejected anything, but I find that candle there fascinating. So I think we'll come down and retest 9,400 again at some stage over the next couple of weeks, next few days, next couple of weeks before we break out. So I might just zigzag for a little while before I break out, and then we'll be loading up either long or short once this breakout is confirmed. In the meantime, we're just going to have to look for lower time frame opportunities just in and out in between these price ranges. 4 hour. This trend line here is not really valid anymore because our price action has just broken below for quite some time and popped up. It's not really a false break, but it has certainly been respected in the past. It's not really there anywhere near it at the moment. But using candle close here on the 4 hour is actually an excellent short. Look at that beautiful candle there before sell off right at 10,900. So resistance, resistance, resistance there, and resistance again. So pretty good level there. So yeah, I think we could be on our way back to 9,400 at the moment if this plays out. EMAs haven't really been respected either on this time frame. I'm not using those so much. So yeah, just not quite at the top of this run. If anyone got in there on a short, excellent spot, excellent positioning. Just for the moment, just wait and see. 1 hour. So we've got an intraday. I'll get rid of that line as well. Intraday support and resistance here. So support, break, retest, retest. Just broke up and above straight away with no support or resistance there. Then we did start respecting it again there. False break there. Rejection, break, retest. We're just broken now. So if we can hold under 10,400, use that as resistance now. Break these EMAs. Not really respected on the 1 hour either. Yeah, small head and shoulders pattern here too. Pretty ugly. So I think lower time frames I'm bearish, but overall I'm pretty neutral. So another retest of 9,400 is what I'm anticipating, but just for now there's no entry, there's nothing valid there to trade. So that's Bitcoin, guys. I'll do all the other altcoins in a different video, but hope you got a little bit out of that. Sometimes the best trade is no trade, just got to be patient on the higher time frames, but when we do get a move, I think it's going to be pretty spectacular. So hopefully on the right side of the trade, just got to wait for it and jump on it when we can.